What do you worry about in the world economy? So there's inflation. It's coming. We're not sure whether it's temporary or not. There's supply chain issues. If we don't have a smooth economy, this will turn back. Actually, it's back on climate change.
Of course, if the economy starts rolling back, this would be tempering appetite for climate investments among any other investments. So let's look at the economy. What is the problem? It is still that part of the world is emerging from the pandemic very strongly, and another part is falling behind. This divergence causes interruptions in supply chains. We expect, unfortunately, these interruptions to continue into mid-22, maybe even further, and they are putting pressures on prices. We are hopeful that these price pressures are going to be temporary. We also know that central banks have the tools to deal with them.
But what if they're not transitory, these inflationary pressures?
If these pressures are there, central banks are going to take action, inevitably. We have seen already Canada doing some of it. In emerging markets where inflation is real and it is more systemic, rates are going up in many places. The problem is that if you take interest rates up, the solution for some would be a problem for others, especially for emerging markets with high levels of dollar-denominated debt, for the corporates that are under big mountain of debt. So preferably, we should see tempering inflation. And how can we do that? Well, focus on reducing this divergence. Vaccinate the world so we can see production everywhere stepping up.
We're slow to that. Is it going to be stepped up significantly?
It is going to be very problematic on many counts. For decades, the world was converging. Poorer countries were getting richer, poorer people were getting wealthier. When that breaks, and right now it has broken down, of course we risk more tension and affecting the social fabric in many, many places. Remember 2019? What did we have? Protests in Chile, in Paris, all over the world. If the divergence continues, we are going to see more unrest. How can we overcome it? Well, vaccinate 40% of all people in all countries, at least by the end of this year, 70% by mid-next year. Do we have the vaccines for that? Yes, we do. But we are not distributing them yet in a way that would make that difference.